Oh, wait. Did I just? Oh boy. Oh, did I just? Oh yeah. All right. Well, hey, Batgoat, if you can hear me, you might want to re-enter because I was just trying to turn your camera off for just a moment, but apparently it went off. Went off more perm. It went off. Went straight off. So you might want to try to come back in. Sorry about that. That was on me there. You can hear me. Hey, Woody. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you out.
No, Mike did that. I did that. I went to the top right and I X'd out my window. I forgot I was using tabs. That was all me. But it was good because
okay. I saw you going. I go, what? I was just trying to just.
My roommate and I had to split up the food because we did a big order, so it's all good now.
Yeah, I was just trying to silence your camera for a moment to where you could get all that stuff done. It wasn't like everybody was hearing and all that. So
okay, here's the deal. I need to open up that that photo site again real quick.
Hey, Woody, we'll be getting into it in a moment here. We're just doing some production work here.
Shoot. Oh, Mike, I messed up. I'll be with you. I'll fix it.
And Woody, if you can like and share the stream, that would help with the algorithm. Thank you.
Okay, Mike, I have my photo page open. What else did I need open?
Yeah, because I don't see it as of yet.
No, I mean like I'm ready to share one if you need, or like when I'm ready to share one. You know what I mean?
Oh, here's our Mr. Question Mark.
Hey, what's up, dude? I like his what do you call it? It's not a pic, the GIF-atar, whatever.
Oh, the avatar?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I really like it. I'm totally down with that statement.
Fornicate under carnal knowledge.
Yeah, F word.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how many people actually know that what I just said was the full saying for it.
A lot of people my age, our age, probably know that. I mean, like that was the name of a Van Halen album. It's fairly common knowledge for, I think, Gen Xers at least. Would be my guess.
Yeah. I'll be right there. I'm gonna turn on my room light here.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna talk to the fellers then real quick. Hello, everyone. Let me switch to comments. I'm a little greetings. Oh, Woody said greetings to our friend the question mark. So you guys remember last week? I had I used these, my brand new headphones, my brand new old crappy, junky headphones. They're like new vintage. I think these were like $12. Called Caliphone. But you can see like there's a wire. The wire goes to the other side. They're real headphones. And they even come with the 3/4 inch plug, so you have to adapt it, which makes it a little more authentic. These are called Telex School series. Do these look familiar with this thing? This is a specific type of headphone called a School. It's really bad. It's really, really, really bad. I think the wire only goes to here, and it's somehow supposed to echo into the other. It's so bad, and it's uncomfortable. I don't want to wear them. I'd rather wear these ones if you guys let me, to go with the Spud mic.
All right. So yeah, so
So I gotta put the last of my food away. So let him know what's up, Mike.
all right, yeah. I guess my head's spinning a little bit here. So tonight, guys, as I told you, we were gonna probably focus on kind of a Siegel Shuster marathon, which means I'll be going through, Slam Bradley, Steve Carson, and the Federal Men, Radio Squad, and Dr. Colt. We'll start off with some summary stuff. Just some little notes that I'll be pointing out.
I personally have to, for me, I have to say, yay, Slam.
Yep. I know a lot of people are going to say yay.
We like Slam.
Yep, I know you guys do. So let's see. So we keep going back and forth between 2 and 3 people here. So let's see. We're just past 6 minutes now. I know there's 3 of us in here. But I know Leto and Anon and them are probably not going to be in until later.
Yeah, you got 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes, right?
Well, yeah, I guess we'll start it. We'll start it all at like about the 10-minute mark, I guess.
That'd be perfect.
Let me just finish setting this part up then.
Okay, guys, sorry. Like I told Mike, I'll be eating a pizza. Well,
So yeah, so I at least have the first little thing I want to show you guys set up here for when we get started. And as always, guys, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. Help with the algorithm and help
if you
so we get some more people in here.
You guys don't say anything about the headphones. I'm not wearing these junky old Telex things. I'm gonna wear the cool new old ones. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. It's kind of like I have it set up, but of course we're still waiting for the 10-minute mark to hit before I actually.
Well, Woody's here. Hey, Woody. Not for nothing, but this is no product. Fresh out of the shower. Took the blow dryer to it, puffed it up. So this is the natural look, and I just didn't want to do my hair because I had pizza coming, so I had to kind of rush. But hopefully I'm trying to curl it a little bit. Kind of hurts to do.
Yeah, I actually showed ATC and Leto this the other night as well. This is what I was going to show you last week before I accidentally cut you off there. When we were. Let's see now. So we're at 8 minutes. So basically, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show a couple of like little note stuff, on like from the publishing side of it. Then we're gonna do some character intro. Even though I know we've already read, some Slam Bradley and Dr. Occult stories, I'm gonna do a little intro on them in terms of like powers, abilities, all that from another.
There we go. There we go. I'm live. How do I sound?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay.
And then after I do the powers and abilities stuff, we'll get into the story. So that's better. So
these headphones are horrible. The other ones, the school ones, just was not acceptable. Woody, you didn't say anything, so I'm wearing the more comfortable ones. I think Toys told me he wanted me to be wearing the soup cans, but
yeah. So we're just let's see. So 9:30. So we're almost at the 10-minute mark here. So we'll get going.
Hey, can we
Can we what?
Can we share my little Esley pick? Can I put that down there?
Oh, sure. I'll even if you can get it on here, then so I can bring it up. Reading, and then
There it is.
There, yeah. So you want to talk about this for a minute or so, Batgoat?
It's just Woody here, but hey, this is my grandson Esley. This is probably from like last weekend, and I don't recognize the house. That's probably one of the grandparents. It's not Pat and Mary's house either. I don't know where he is there, but he's a little over 6 months, and he's finally gotten big and chubby, and that's my little duder. Thanks, Mike.
No problem. And edit name. Yeah, I'm gonna kick it from the studio now because I don't, because you've already shown it.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Batgoat, sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to kick you from the studio, just that pick. Oh, man. Blasted. Even I have times where I screw up. Almost ready for a race car. Yeah, Woody, I think his little one there. Hey, Batgoat, if you can try again to come back in, that was on me. Blast it. Man. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to kick you out. I was just trying to kick out that picture, not you. If you can try again and see if we can get back in here, that'd be cool. I didn't mean to, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. See if you can you get back in? I'm still learning some of these features, so I'll come back. Oh, there you are. Sorry about I'm still learning these blasted features.
That was fine, Mike. It's fine. That's no problem. I had to mute YouTube. Okay, and I'm sure Woody laughed. Woody, please tell me you laughed at that. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's not a problem. I thought it was funny. I was playing with you on the comments there.
Yeah. All right. Well, with all that being said, we're past it. We're coming up on 13 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started with this crazy old stuff. So basically, and as we noted, of course, Slam Bradley had made his debut in Detective Comics #1. Came out in so you see right here, Detective Comics 1, the title of the story. The red indicates synopsis. Now, mind you, though, when they're in parentheses like that, that basically means that there was actual no title. The title was put there retroactively.
Okay.
Now, as noted here, you see the release date and the sequence date. The sequence date is the in-story chronological date right there. So in this case, it was happening in real time when this story came out. February 25th, 1937. There, and then this note for Detective Comics #1 for Slam Bradley's first appearance. First appearance of Slam Bradley, Detective Comics 500 establishes that Slam exists on Earth 1. Therefore, this is also the first appearance of Earth 1. So even though Slam was written during the golden age of comics, he was actually thank you, Earth 2.
For me to keep it straight.
Right. Yeah. The golden age or the Earth 2, even though he was published during the Earth 2 period or golden age period, he's actually a character of Earth 1, which was the Silver Age era.
Yes. And by the way, Woody struck first, as always, on the Lowell's Trophy. And he made a really funny joke. You should read it, Mike. Read Woody's last statement.
Okay. Each of you has kicked out Batgoat once. My truth or my turn. Oh, okay, I get yeah, because Batgoat kicked himself out, and then I kicked him out.
Right? That's pretty good. That's good, Woody.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
These
funny.
headphones are horrid. I'm going back. I gotta put on the audio tech because.
Okay, so yeah, Slam was a pretty regular character. He was at prior to Batman's debut in Detective Comics 27. Slam had actually become the primary feature in the comic for a while there. He also appeared in the two New York Fairs comics, which we'll get to when we get to those, the 1939 and 1940 World Fairs. So, but Slam basically was a regular feature in Detective all the way up to issue 152, and then of course came back for issue 500. So that was the one thing I wanted to show you guys there. And then the other thing here, I'm gonna shrink this back down to normal, and I'm gonna show you one other DC character here real quick. Dr. Occult. Show you. Dr. Occult, of course, made his first appearance in New Fun number 6. And originally, of course, his stories were being written serially, and then eventually he became more episodic. In fact, it might be this issue that we're going to read today, where his stories actually became episodic as opposed to serial. So the note here is first appearance of Dr. Occult, the first published story featuring a character established in the DC universe. All-Star Squadron number 49 establishes that Dr. Occult exists on Earth 2. So, of course, we also know about the one story that wasn't published by DC that was published in Comics Magazine number 1 for Centaur, which was the beginning of the Cost of the Seven story arc. Not published by DC, Dr. Occult is called Dr. Mystic. The story part, of course, 1 of 5. And I'm trying to go through this stuff as quickly as we can, so we're not only doing on time. That okay. So these are just, of course, publishing notes here. Started out new. It's kind of funny. Dr. Occult made his first appearance when this particular comic was going under the name New Fun for the last time before they switched to More Fun for 7 and 8, and then became More Fun Comics at issue 9. Well, as technically it was issue 20, it became More Fun Comics, but it will be this issue where they'll go to more of an episodic writing format, the Henri Duval murders. And then his final Golden Age appearance was in More Fun Comics number 32, which came out the same month that Superman made his first appearance. With those publishing notes out of the way, let's move on to some other quick notes before we get into the stories here. So,
Woody, you're right. I do have to buy him a race car.
Oh, poo. All right, so let me see here. Let me get down to powers and abilities. Okay, so these are basically powers and abilities section and some notes here as well. Here, I'll even make it a bit larger for everybody to be able to see it a little bit better. Let's see. Oh yeah, maybe a little bit more. Maybe go up to 300. See how that looks for you guys. Okay. Alrighty then. So abilities. So here are, and of course we've already seen a lot of these abilities in effect, because we've read the story and stuff like that. But so so hand to hand combat basic. It described here that Slam is an excellent bar fighter.
You know it. You dang right. Slam knows how to bar fight.
Investigation. Yeah, investigation. Slam possesses keen skills of deductive reasoning. I might have to shrink this down a little bit to make sure everything is fitting the screen here. Apparently, it's not letting me. All right. Slam possesses keen skills of deductive reasoning and is trained in various forms. And it's still not letting me. Wait. All right, there we go. I think I can at least go up one more. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. All right, so Investigator Sam possesses keen skills of deductive reasoning and is trained in various forms of investigation. Disguise. Slam is also a master of disguise. Mimicry. Slam also possesses a talent for mimicry proficient enough to allow him to effectively work undercover. Mimicry, for those of you who don't know what mimicry means, it basically means that he can impersonate anybody. You can mimic somebody, basically. So, now this is a standard note for many characters of this time period. Although this character was originally introduced during DC's Earth 2 era of publication, their existence following the events of the 1985-86 limited series Crisis on Infinite Earths, one of the kind of reboot arcs that I told you guys about, the multiple crises, remains intact. However, some elements of the character's pre-crisis history.
I hear Crisis on Infinite Earth. I hear that all the time, and I really don't know what it is. And I know it's out of the blue for me to say that, but like from '86, was that a big event? And I'm sorry.
Yes, it was within the realm of the DC Comics universe. That was a big event. You know how we talked about how there's how I often refer to Earth 1 and Earth 2 and that there's this multiverse that DC has that has a bunch of different Earths that the characters all kind of live on and stuff like that. Well, this was DC's way of trying to clean all that up to make it like one Earth.
Okay.
With one shared story, as opposed to having a bunch of different universes, just combining it all into like one universe. So that's basically what it was. And then you had Infinite Crisis later and Final Crisis and all that. So
and that was done in a comic book, and there was no need for some multi-billion-dollar movie to get that across.
Yeah, I mean, it was a major event. As you saw, it ran for over the 2 years, and then of course in 1987, I believe that's when you started having all the like year one books come out, like Superman year one, Batman year one, all those.
Okay.
So So yeah. So and you'll see a lot of this stuff as we go through it. As we go through the histories and stuff, as we read the comics and all that. But anyways, however, some elements of the character's pre-crisis history may have been altered or removed for post-crisis New Earth continuity and no longer apply. And then, of course, this character was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, who of course, were also known for creating Superman. Shuster drew and inked the feature from Detective Comics #1 to issue 32. Then Mark Bailey drew and inked it from 33 to 37. Then was replaced by Dennis Neville for the remainder of the run. The original Slam Bradley series ran from, and I showed you this as well. The original Slam Bradley series ran from Detective Comics #1 to Detective Comics #152, with Slam himself dropping out after 151, making him the longest running character who debuted in Detective Comics #1. Yeah, I think as I saw there at the last story in one Slam Bradley story in 152, that was Too Many Morgans. That just featured Shorty Morgan, his partner. And then, of course, a couple pieces of trivia here. Slam Bradley is based on a second early design for Superman. So I guess his look was, I guess, an early design or second early design for Superman.
That's cool.
So
explains why he's bad. That's why he's cool. Why we dig him.
You see, he's kind of muscular too. I mean,
oh yeah.
And then the other piece of trivia here is Slam's introductory caption calls him Slam Bradley, ace freelance sleuth, fighter, and adventurer. So there's that.
It should have said defiler of women, defiler of virtues.
Yeah.
Swinger of. I'm not even going to say what he does with certain people. They swinging them around by their ankles.
Swinger of bad guys.
Swinger of bad guys. Picks up a bad guy by his ankles. Swings him into 3 other bad guys. Slams where it's at, yo.
Now I'm going to kind of do the same for Dr. Occult here, because there's some interesting notes here on him. Did somebody just knock on your door, Batgoat? Did somebody just knock on your door?
No, in my chair. This one chair that I sit in is loud. It squeaks.
All right, so Dr. Occult's powers: magic, astral projection. That's the ability to basically send your astral form out of your body, basically. Intangibility. That's basically the ability to make yourself invisible or unable to be seen by people.
I would almost, when you call it intangibility, almost means that like just people can't sense you. You're not truly making yourself invisible. He just makes people like not recognize that he's there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's intangible.
He's not tangible physically or maybe even spiritually or
correct. He's beyond the senses. No one can just determine that he's there when he may be physically there.
Right.
I think that's a cooler way to say it than saying invisible.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. That's why you're a good co-host. You can add those little aspects to it. Telekinesis. That's
third best color commentator on YouTube. I just made that up.
Telekinesis kind of reminds me of that scene in Major League.
Just a bit.
Huh?
They don't call him.
You could go. That's why he's the best color man in the business, folks.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Mike. I love that.
Yeah. Anyways, telekinesis, that's the ability, of course, to move objects with just the force of your mind. Hypnosis, um, illusion casting, size alteration, but see notes below. Dr. Occult can change his appearance to that of Rose Psychic. Rose Psychic was a medium who's basically his partner. And a quick little tidbit, he and Rose Psychic were kidnapped as infants by a cult seeking to sacrifice them to bring a demon called Koth to our world, basically the real world. So just a quick little backstory on him. Abilities for Dr. Occult. His abilities: investigation. Dr. Occult had an analytical mind and was a proficient detective. Now what you have to remember too is that he's basically an occultic detective. They call him the ghost detective, basically. And then science. In the late 1930s, Dr. Occult invented a crime detection device, which keyed in on psychic vibrations, thus developing artificial clairvoyance. Essentially, what I think they're saying there is that he built a machine that could actually that could sense the psychic inclinations towards criminal behavior in people.
So maybe instead of reading it's been 31 minutes, and I know that first Slam Bradley story is a big one. So
yeah, I know. I'm trying to I'm almost done here. I'm almost done, so I'll be quick, a little bit quicker. Paraphernalia, equipment, sword and belt. For a brief period, 7 equipped Dr. Occult with a belt, with a sword and belt, possessing mystic powers, including flight, summoning of ghostly knights, and the ability to turn people into stone. Mystic symbol of the 7. With it, he can repel and exercise various supernatural beings, read minds, and even repel certain natural forms of energy. Okay, won't need to read that one. And then all they say here, of course, is for reasons unknown on the story we talked about with that. And then when More Fun Comics number 27 states that Dr. Occult has the power to change his own size, Secret Origins Volume 2, 17 establishes that both Dr. Occult and Rose use their powers of illusion to simulate this. Okay. And then Dr. Occult was the first DC, in the trivia here, Dr. Occult was the first DC mystery man. Now, back then, that's how they would describe, the costume vigilantes. That was the term they used, was mystery man. So that's what I was getting at when we were talking about it before.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
And then the other two notes the other two pieces of trivia, but that one right there was the one that was the key one that I wanted to key in on. He was the first mystery man. So, okay, go ahead, Batgoat.
And Dr. Occult sat over a group of them together, which was like the pre-Justice League-ish type of thing with the mystery men. Am I off on that?
Yeah, you are. He in his Golden Age stories, they never linked him to any group during the Golden Age. He was never linked to any group. It wasn't until later that he was retconned or retroactive continuity. He was retconned as to join, like in the 80s when they started publishing the All-Star Squadron. He was then made a part. He was made a part of that team.
Okay.
Now, the All-Star Squadron was, real quick here, All-Star Squadron was basically the big superhero group, even bigger than the Justice Society. This was basically all the superheroes of the time being brought together to handle any kind of foreign attempts at destruction on our home soil, because they couldn't go to the theaters in war because of the Spear of Destiny, which I'll explain later at a later time. So anyways, let's first off head back to, this is our, okay, and then we'll go back a little bit further.
Slam.
And now, with all that being done and said, let's move ahead to getting into the actual stories. And the first one we will hit, of course, will be the Slam Bradley in Atlantic City. Let's see. And nobody's commented since, so and there's now apparently back down to 2 people watching now.
It's just us or Woody's here, and yeah, I think Woody's still here with us. Maybe our friend, the question mark, is still here too.
He lurks, so it's kind of hard to tell if he's here.
I like to think he's here. He or she.
I like
he or she. To be fair.
Yeah. And I kind of wish this site had a like +10 kind of button. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you could go through them quicker.
Right.
Yeah. I guess since I got my pictures up this week, and I'll share more. I'll share more at the end of the show. There's a few more, especially because I've got a picture of the Lulz trophy, which instead of me holding it here.
Right.
So, got a few more, and then next week we'll work on the microphone thing. Man, I don't know about those headphones. Toys isn't here. If Toys was here, he'd be giving me an earful about not wearing those headphones because I said I was going to. So he'd give me
I told you what was going on with that too.
Yeah. Well, gosh, I mean, we'll probably see Leto and Anon in like 20 minutes.
Let me see. I recall was that the.
I tell you what, sometimes root beer is just amazing.
Yeah, so let me just double check this real quick. Double check something here real quick.
Woody is here. I knew you were here.
Yeah, that was what I thought.
Or we knew you were here. We knew the counter was acting up.
All right, so here we go. Oh, look at that! Somebody pointing shooting a gun there.
That is a Thompson 45 caliber machine gun used in World War II with a 50-round drum clip on it.
Is there something where I guess now we're back to this aspect of it. Let's see.
Siegel Shuster. Look at that. He's smacking a dude up out in the waves.
Oh. Okay. Oh, maybe I have to. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe I guess I had it on just the one page, but now it's like all pages set up. There we
Okay.
go. That's the way I was looking for it.
All right.
There's the letter there. So there you go. Slam Bradley, Jerome Siegel, and Joe Shuster. Boy, I didn't know that this life-saving racket was so much fun.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Ow. Fighting a man fall off a pier into the water, Slam dives to the rescue. Meeting half-crazed resistance from the drowning man, Bradley lulls him into passivity with a stiff shock to the kisser.
Can I add to that, saying that's why Slam rules? Is he digs being a lifeguard so he can punch a drowning man who's freaking out, which you do have to do. I mean, that is true because drowning people will try to drown you. So you either let them drown or you knock them out and then you drag them with you. Yeah. That is like, that's real. But he's saying like, hey, this is the best.
Of course, because as we know, he's an excellent bar fighter.
He likes hitting people.
Yeah. Later, when Slam deposits his burden upon the pier, yeah,
burden,
yeah. How can I thank you? You've saved my life. Forget it. The novelty of having someone thank me for knocking him out is reward enough.
I thought Slam was going to say, let me punch you again and we're even.
Yeah. So at that moment, Shorty rings in. So here you are. I've been looking high and low, mostly low for you got a telegram. Telegrams mean trouble, but that's what I thrive on. Let's see it. You read the telegram right there. Postal Union. To MC 00-9, Oceanside Hotel, Atlantic City, New Jersey, Slam Bradley, Cleveland, Ohio. Take a plane to Atlantic City at once, even if you have to fly it yourself. Stop. Need you badly. George Grayson, manager. Hours later, a passenger plane swoops down toward the Atlantic City airport, with Slam and Shorty aboard, bringing our friends to the threshold of a new and unknown adventure.
That's a goofball plane. That's a dummy plane. That doesn't look like anything that's ever flown.
Well, maybe that's what they thought planes looked like back then.
No.
Or maybe that's just what Siegel and Shuster thought a plane looked like.
They were just, it's like,
it would be Shuster because he's the artist.
Yeah, and it went down in the corner, isn't modeled after anything either.
Yeah. No sooner does the plane land than Slam signals a taxi, and in a matter of minutes, he and Shorty reach the Oceanside Hotel. May we see Mr. Grayson? He just left. I think you'll find him down on the beach. As Slam and Shorty make their way along the beach. Look, I wonder what that crowd's gathered for. To heck the crowd. To heck with the crowds. There's more interesting things to look at. Slam forces his way through the crowd. He's drowned. He's drowned. Just was washed up on the beach. It's Grayson, the hotel manager. Gosh, Slam! It looks as though we've flown down here for nothing. I don't agree, agree with you, Shorty. The layout looks phony to me. Let's stay around and see what happens.
Yeah, he's gonna go pick up some ladies.
For a while. Stick here, keep your eyes open, and don't miss a thing. Did Anon just come in? Did I just hear you say Anon?
No, you skipped, or the stream skipped. Whenever I see you skip, you tell me that I skipped, so I know like we just blurbed a little bit. I was saying Slam said, yeah, I said he's looking at the hot girls on the beach.
Yeah. So anyways, as we continue down the thing here. Don't worry, I won't.
Slam sees hot girls and dudes to punch out, so he's staying for a bit.
Yeah. Shortly later, when Slam returns, here, put on this bathing suit. From now on, you and I are lifeguards. At least until we find out what this is all about. Hot dog in disguise, boy, Slam. You think of everything. After Shorty dons his bathing suit. Wow, how do I look? Like the answer to a maiden's nightmare. But Gwendolyn, darling, where are we going? To the hotel. Pack our things and leave at once. Mr. Grayson was the fourth to drown in the last week, and I'm not going to be number 5 if I can help it. Did you hear that, Slam? 3 other people drowned. Yes, I heard. It only confirms my belief that there's something phony going on here.
He smells the phoniness.
Yep, those keen detective skills of his, right?
Something fishy's going on.
Yeah. Listen, a cry for help. You listen. I have no time. Help! 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 Be with you in a sec.
Punch her out. Come on, Slam. Punch her right in the face.
I don't think he's gonna do that.
Come on, Slam. You ain't got a hair on your butt if you don't punch her in the face.
Oh boy.
I called him a wimp. That wasn't smart.
Yeah. That's it. Relax. Why some people have been known to even enjoy this. A few minutes later, Slam wades out of the water and deposits the lovely burden safely on the shore, to the accompaniment of cheers from excited onlookers. I guess they like to use the term burden for when you're carrying somebody back in the 30s. Hey there, Batgoat.
Wait, did it say burden?
Yeah, it said burden. Yeah, a few minutes later, Slam wades out of the water and deposits his lovely burden.
Now it's a lovely burden instead of just a burden.
Right.
Because
safely on the shore. Yeah, because
saving someone's life is a pain in the butt. Slam Bradley cannot be troubled with saving a human being's life, but if he has to do it, he may as well get some enjoyment out of it. So yeah, definitely burdens, but this one's a lovely burden.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm all right. I guess I'm not much of a swimmer. I'll say you aren't. But if it wasn't for dizzy dames like you guys, like me, if it wasn't for dizzy dames like you, guys like me would be out of a job.
Slam.
May I have your name for the records?
So smooth.
Ethel, man, excuse me, I'm going to my room and rest. Later that night, slam. We're, we're being followed. Yeah. Then here's where we have some fun.
He gets to punch someone out.
Well, we'll see. Quickly, Shorty and Slam dart behind some bushes when their stalker comes abreast of the shrubbery. Slam's strong arm reaches out and yanks him in. Let's see. Miss Pan told me to deliver this note to you. It's just a bellboy, son. You'll never know how close you came to investing in a pair of false teeth.
Yeah. That's my guy. That's my dude right there.
Well, I guess this is the okay. We should have probably. Please come to room 1123 at once. I've something important to tell you, Ethel, man. Leaving
Ethel.
short. Go ahead, Batgoat.
Ethel. What a name. Ethel.
Well, hey, that was a pretty common name back in those days,
I
right?
know. Fred and Ethel.
Well, I think that came after this. This was the 30s.
Oh, yeah,
Fred
yeah,
Ethel of Lucy. No.
Yeah.
Leaving Shorty, Slam wastes no time in reaching room 1123. I lied to you. I'm really an excellent swimmer.
Yeah, definitely excellent swimmer.
I thought you had something important to tell me. Do you consider this important? I didn't get the cramps. I was being pulled underwater by a pair of arms, and they weren't flesh and blood either.
Dun dun dun.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner? Meanwhile,
Hey, Shorty.
Hello, beautiful. Going my way? Uh-huh. Are you going mine? Oui. That's French for and how. I'm Shorty Morgan. Who are you? Just call me Selma. I'm employed at the hotel as a maid, and you? I'll tell you a secret, but see that it gets no further. I'm a famous detective, and I'm down here to solve a couple mysterious murders. And look at that dark shadow approaching them.
Scary looking.
Yeah. Undoubtedly, Shorty would not have spoken so glibly had he. Batgoat, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what nothing skipped, did it?
I didn't see the stream hiccup. Did I go away?
Okay. No, I thought like things just kind of went silent for a moment, or like I thought I wasn't sure what was going on. So
Nope, I'm here.
All right.
Just watching.
Okay. Undoubtedly, Shorty would not have spoken so glibly had he been aware of the monstrous formless shadow, listening intently to his every word.
Real quick, when she was talking about a pair of hands and said scary, and then what he said. Can I read that, Mike? His comment pertaining to the story there. He said, a German U-boat. No, 1937, too early. An octopus. And I'm sorry to do this, Woody, but German U-boats were definitely around in World War I. That'd be 1914 was the first Might have been early 1915 was the first kill, the first sinking of it.
Yeah, and 37 was, from what I understand, 2 years away from when World War II started
Yeah.
in Europe. Of course,
Yeah.
the United States didn't enter it until 41, but
Yeah, and submarines were all over the place. In fact, a lot of German ships would go into our ports, and some people. Long story. Anyways, but
and scary from Woody there. So, anyways, continuing on with the story here. The course of Shorty's stroll takes him along the beach. Suddenly, the weird figure that had overheard his speech leaps upon Shorty and commences to drag him toward the waves.
look out, Shorty.
Help! Help! Selma! Run for help!
Go get Slam.
Slam hastily
problem, Woody.
departs from Ethel. Wow. I can just picture Shorty's hair standing on end when I pass on to him what you just told me.
Look at that. It was 1937, and he's wearing a nice blazer, possibly a button-up shirt. It could be a pullover, and he's wearing a slim tie, the nice white pants that look probably not a big zoot suit cut, and not a skinny jeans millennial cut. He could wear that today and still look quite dashing.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
That would look quite dashing.
Of course, you'd have to look for it. I mean, you'd have to look like that dude, but
yeah, and collides into Selma when he reaches the beach. What's the hurry? Quick, to the shore! A man is being murdered. Shorty, fight back! I'm coming. I can't. It ain't human.
It's a monster.
As Slam approaches the bulky figure, releases its grip upon Shorty and wades beneath the surface of the sea. Good Lord! It walked into the water and disappeared. I can still feel its slippery paws on my throat. Slam! Get ready to catch me. I think I'm going to faint. Distracted by the noise, hotel executives race to the scene. What's going on here? Who are you anyway? Detectives down here on a case, and here's our credentials to prove it. You've had some apparent drownings that were in reality murders. Yeah, and we just had a clash with the thing. That did the killings. I almost captured it, but it got away. Thank goodness. I mean, he almost murdered you, but he got away.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness.
That's what he said. He's like you said, it was parentheses, so he was saying it under his breath.
Right.
He's trying to be a tough guy, and he's like, "Thank goodness."
Next morning, Slam, Shorty, and Ethelman motorboated out to the spot where she had been seized.
Motorboat.
Yeah.
I don't think her. Continuing.
Yeah. Are you positive this is the exact place? Well, almost positive. I hope your hunch that will stumble across something here comes true, Slam. It looks as though Shorty's wish will materialize. Bearing down full speed toward him is a giant swordfish, which by some freak has swum all the way from the Gulf Stream to Atlantic City.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a Navy man, I'm sure that as a Navy man, if you'd seen that in your days of Navy, that would have probably been incredible, right? Right there, back
He's saying a swordfish and Atlantic's in it. Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Down in Florida, but yeah, they're real specific to the waters. I mean, they're down in Baja California, but they certainly weren't in LA. You know, they're real specific to where they are.
Yeah. Help! Slam! Help! What again? Both Ethel and Slam simultaneously dive to Shorty's assistance. Oh, look at that! You see that pic right there?
That's a big swordfish that he's riding there.
Yeah. And look, Slam trying to ride, as you said, Slam trying to ride him in.
He's riding it, of course. Well, he's Slam Bradley, of course. Why wouldn't he ride it?
As the swordfish slips by, Slam seizes hold and wraps his legs firmly around it, riding it cowboy fashion.
What a stud.
Yeah. That swordfish is pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they really get that big in real life.
Yeah. Instantly, the swordfish attempts to dislodge its burden. There's that word again.
They like using that word.
Huh?
They like using that word.
Yeah, Siegel apparently likes using that word.
Someone's a burden. Mike, I'm going to go make a drink. We're at the 1 hour mark, so
yeah,
I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute, and then Frisia here will take over for me, just for the couple minutes that I'm gone. Okay.
All right. And the count is going screwy again, of course. I'm gonna. All right, just hopefully that will. Well, we're back up to 2 people watching at least. Okay. So, anyways, okay. Instantly, the swordfish attempts to dislodge its burden. Whirling, spinning, tossing, it gyrates in a mad series of frantic convulsions. But Slam hangs grimly on, stabbing steadily at the sea beast's vital organs until one last thrust informs him his foe is dead. Slam rises swiftly to the water surface, just in time to see Ethel snatched beneath the waves by a pair of shapeless arms. Instantly, Slam and Shorty dive in pursuit of the 2 indistinct struggling figures. And scarcely do they do so when they are caught in the savage grip of an underwater current that whirls them whirls in its relentless, unyielding grasp through a weird marine world. With each passing second, the strain on their lungs increases, and it seems certain that it is only a matter of moments before they will gasp for air and meet a watery doom. Then, abruptly, they burst into the refreshing air of an underwater cavern, barely in time to see Ethel clutched in a death grip by her captor. Get him, Shorty. Okay, but once I get him, what'll I do with him? The undersea killer sends Shorty flying head over heels with a light blow. I guess he's a big guy. Engaging in battle with Slam Bradley is an entirely different proposition. You think? Perceiving his opponent is clad in a strange diving suit. Slam accepts a terrific blow on his chin as though it were non-existent springs behind his foe and twist. Oh, wait. As if it were non-existent. Springs behind his foe and twist the air tube, cutting off the life-giving supply of oxygen. As the killer weakens, Slam raises him high over his head and smashes him forcibly to the ground. Good. I hope you're still listening because if you're not, you're missing out on some great action here. Now, think back up. Let's see. Ethel Snatch. Courageous Shorty. Yep. Shorty jubilantly removes the killer's helmet. Thought you're a tough guy, eh? Well, we sure showed you different.
Thanks, Frisia. I got it.
Oh, what was that, Batgoat?
I was thanking Frisia for standing in there for me. Was he doing all right? Did he do okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Were you able to listen to what I was reading?
I could. Now I heard your different voices going through my headphones. I'd set them on a table and I was in the kitchen. So every time you would change, like do a different voice, I would hear that. I was kind of laughing.
Yeah. Well, because you missed on some key action here. That's what I was saying. It's a former employee of the hotel. He was discharged for stealing. I begin to see the light. In revenge, he drowned various swimmers so as to give the Oceanside Hotel a bad name and ruin its business.
What does
Grayson must have suspected murder when he sent that telegram.
What does Woody mean by Ethel's snatch?
I guess he's talking about when Ethel was snatched earlier.
Okay, I get it.
Oh, I don't know if you were here when the scene was where the two arms were all around Ethel there. Yeah, I'll go back up real quick to show you where they're.
Okay.
Like that right there.
Okay.
See that? And here I believe is the so
Woody scores again.
Diving into the underwater current with their unconscious captive, the three return to the seashore and turn their prisoner over to the police. This is for saving my life. Hey, what about me?
You got the hospital maid there, Shorty. Don't be, you see?
It's Selma. Here's where I get a great big kiss. You're superb. It was so brave of you to rescue Shorty last night on the beach. The end. Look at Shorty's dumbfounded look there.
Poor Shorty. Yeah. He got rooked, didn't he? He got rooked.
Yeah,
big time.
you could say he got the short end of the stick.
He did indeed get the short end there. Our poor Shorty. We like Shorty. Shorty's our pal, but hey, look, if the broads, if
Fate
the
of the
Dizzy Dames,
sidekick, though. That's the fate of the sidekick, though, right?
if the dames are going to go after Slam, I mean, duh, of course. I mean, he should be happy that he's even around for possibly some crumbs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did get kissed 2 issues before in 5 with the old teacher, mind you, but
yeah, when he was doing the 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Complete in the next issue, Slam Bradley and the Hillbillies. So we probably won't be reading that one, but we'll be reading other stories next week.
Okay.
As I told you, I don't want to get into too much the habit of just overexposing any one character.
I'm sure it would be a good one, but this one was great. So
yeah. So now we are going to move on, though. I think
it was just me and Woody that got to see it. No one else is here yet. That's fine.
Well, and I do try to tell. I think I even said that they might have tried to want to be here early if at all possible. But again, I keep them up so they can always go back and look at them too. So
yeah, that's true.
Culprit snatched Ethel in the water, and I showed Woody, and so I made a junior high joke. I had to make. Okay, let's see.
Junior high joke that got you a point, my man.
Yeah. Looks the Hillbillies in the next adventure.
Mike, I'm just going to do one excuse me for the amount of burping I'm doing tonight because I just don't care. It's a burp stream. Sorry. It started with the root beer. I can't not burp when I'm drinking root beer. Do you know anyone on the planet that can drink root beer and not burp? Come on. So it just carried over.
I mean, yeah.
Now I'm burping my iced coffee.
Yeah. So anyways, we got 3 more stories to go. I think we'll have enough time because 2 of them are like 4 pages and the other one is a 2-pager. So we should be okay on that. So now head over to Adventure Comics and look at the Steve Carson story, Federal Men story.
I'm grunting. Don't mind me.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, did you? I don't think you're going to bring this up. Did you? You see a video from Flash earlier today? He was talking about Action Comic #1.
Oh yeah, I saw that story.
Selling for $3.25 million.
I know you missed it, but I think I covered the sale of the Action Comics #1.
Okay.
3.2. I covered that last night. You just.
I wasn't here. Okay. Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, really? That's crazy.
3.25 million. Yeah. Oh wait. Why did I go to No, I want Adventure Comics, not Action. We're not at Action yet.
Woody, if you were to choose a sticker, if I was going to give you like an attaboy sticker and show you at the end of the show, would you want it to be Vroom Vrooms? Or you want yummy fast food? Just a thought.
Funny because we're going to be in New Adventure Comics 24. So we're getting pretty close to the title change again, going from New Adventures to Adventures when when issue 32 will be when it becomes Adventure Comics. So number 24. Okay. No, oh wait, why did I? Okay, no, it wasn't 24 we're looking at. I'm sorry, it's 19. It was more fun. 24 is the 24 one. It's 19 we're looking for here. And I'm going a little brain dead. So here we go. So number 19, September 1937, Adventure Comics. Look at the kind of the pirates there, swashbuckling. Adventure Comics. Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson, editor and publisher. Now, at the time, DC Comics was known as Nicholson Publishing. So, with Vincent A. Sullivan and F. Whitney Ellsworth, associate editors. Whitney Ellsworth would actually go on to be, I think, an associate producer on the 50 Superman series.
Okay, with Reeve.
Right, with George Reeves.
Yeah. George Reeves and Christopher Reeve, correct?
Yeah. Those are the two original live action.
Yes.
Well, at least the live action ones we know. There were actually some live
yeah.
action Superman serials back in the 40s as well.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
I knocked over the potato, the Spudco 3K.
Okay, so go ahead.
Can't call it 3K because of Mr. Science Theater, so it's got to be the 6K, the Spudco 6K. All right, go ahead.
All right. So now we're on to the next story here that we're going to cover, Federal Men by Jerome Siegel and Joe Shuster, the case of the cinema killing.
Ooh.
Murder in broad daylight. Scarcely has federal judge Daniel Wilder left his residence when he goes down before a hail of bullets from an unknown assailant.
The double feature was murder.
A few hours later, Squint Hogan receives a visit from the Federals. Let go. You ain't got nothing on me. You've been shooting off your mouth that you were going to get even with Judge Wilder for sending your brother up the river. Well, Squint, it looks like your brother's going to have company. Shortly after imprisoning Hogan, Steve Carson is summoned before his chief. Are you out of your mind, Carson? We never make an arrest until we are prepared to prosecute. We haven't a shred of evidence against Hogan. I'm positive Squint is the murderer. But if I can't prove it before the trial comes up, I'm prepared to hand in my resignation.
Dang.
Squint has been in his cell only a few minutes when he is visited by a mouthpiece. Batgoat, you're another wordsmith like myself. Would you like to?
I tried to.
Like to remind everybody what a mouthpiece is in this context?
I get, someone just like delivering the message, right? Someone speaking for someone else, right?
I believe back in this point in history, a mouthpiece, well, maybe that is the case. I was thinking mouthpiece was a lawyer. Because a lawyer also advocates for you, right?
Yeah. I don't recall ever hearing like that specifically, but it could be. I'm not sure. Before. Okay.
But anyways, say the word, and I'll get you out of here quicker than you can flick an eyelash. Well, maybe he could be a lawyer. Let's see. Thanks, pal. But I've decided to stay right here in this cozy cell and sue the feds for false arrest when the case comes up to trial. I've just heard what you told the chief, Steve. You don't really mean to resign, do you? Not if I can help it. Come on, Ralph. We've got work to do. Ralph is like his partner. What's up? Don't you read the papers? A corpse was found a few blocks from where Judge Wilder was killed. I believe two killings may have been connected in some way. I believe the two killings may have been connected in some way. At the county morgue, you say nothing was found on this man beside pocket change, some postage stamps, and his name cards. No, nothing except this. One of the bullets that killed him. Speeding back to Federal Men headquarters, Steve and Ralph turned the bullet over to their ballistics expert. There's no doubt of it. The bullet that killed Judge Wilder and this man named Bill Gordon were both fired from the same gun. But why should the murderer have slain them both? That's what I intend to find out. Grab your coat and hat. Our next stop is the murdered man's apartment. I know the voice changes are a little more subtle. Hopefully I'm doing a decent job.
You're doing fine as always, Mike.
Yeah. A search of Bill Gordon's apartment reveals a complete movie outfit. Complete except for the camera that makes the pictures. Ralph, I have a hunch that's so hot, you and I are taking the next plane to New York. Aboard the New York-bound plane. You mean say you think Gordon snapped a picture of Squint killing the judge? Yes. Then Squint pursued, killed him, and stole the camera. And only hope is that Gordon dropped the package of film into a mailbox while he was being chased. Upon reaching New York, Steve and Ralph visit the firm which exclusively develops Gordon's type of home movie film. Next day, arriving packages of film are closely scrutinized. Then, here it is, a roll of film from Bill Gordon. What a break. Can you develop this at once? I'll have it ready for projection within a half hour. Their work in New York complete, the Federal men take the next transcontinental plane back to Washington, D.C. No sooner do they reach their
melon-nosed mongoloid plane.
Oh. Again, maybe that's just how Shuster saw airplanes.
I know. I'm beating him up.
Even though he's long dead, you got to beat up a corpse?
I watch a lot of documentaries about a lot of dead people.
I see dead people.
I see them all the time.
Anyways, no sooner do they reach their destination when Squint Hogan is ushered into a darkened room. Moving pictures, eh? I hope you don't forget Mickey Mouse. Of course,
back then, yeah, he was like hot. He was the hottest thing back then. He was new and fresh. That'd be saying like who's the girl that sings the WAP? Like, you know, just throwing out one of those dumb names.
Betty Boop?
No. The modern, what's the big girl's name that sings? Anyways, just like throwing, you know, the modern, like the ones that the kids watch on the Twitchter talkie tick.
Anyways, on with the thing here. You'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy this even more, Squint. It's a movie of you murdering Judge Wilder. An electric silence overhangs the room as Gordon's movie unreels. Several street scenes flicker upon the screen, but there is no trace of the killing. When the lights turned on, well, your bluff didn't work. Any other ideas how I can waste my time? Sorry, Chief. Oh wait. Any other ideas how I can waste my time? Sorry, Chief. I guess my theory is a flop. Just a second. Let me run that reel through again, but this time by hand. Again, the room is darkened. Each separate panel of film is closely scrutinized. Suddenly, exclamations leave the audience as the telltale murder scene is revealed on screen.
You know, that's their version of CSI. Like back then, that was highfalutin top technology
Mm-hmm. Yep.
to even suggest that.
Right. Throw the rat back in his cell. Thanks to the cleverness of Carson and Ventor, the electric chair will receive a deserving occupant.
Fry him.
Yeah. Too bad it's considered inhumane to do that now, right?
Put him in old
Sparky.
Sparky. Old Sparky did the trick. Old Sparky was a deterrent. People did not want to go to the chair.
Right. But tell me, Ralph, how did you do it? Well, Steve, I figured that if the scene had been taken as a brief still, it would not register to the human eye if seen for only a fraction of a second. That's why I flashed each panel of film separately on the screen. There you go. So, and back, you notice the story there went quite differently than the slam story, right? You have the two different types. You have the federal men style of investigating. You have a private detective style. Kind of interesting, the different ways there, right?
Yeah. The G-Man is a little more by the book, and I don't think he's going to go swinging any bad guy around by the ankles.
Right. I know we're coming up on an hour and a half, but I still believe we can get the other two stories in.
Yeah, you're rocking.
Yeah, we might run a little over, but I think that'll be okay. I don't think it's going to be too bad.
We're rocking.
Yeah. We're rocking and rolling.
Just a small crew tonight, and that's fine. Hey, right as I say that, and Anon drops in there.
Anon.
I was over on the YouTube part, so that comes up quicker. Here he comes. There it is.
All right. So
what's up, Anon?
Hey, good evening. Just got home. Going to go. I guess he meant going to grab a bite to eat and listening. Well,
I think that's a mix between going to and smoking a joint at the same time. Yeah. Which, if you can pull that off, man.
Right on. Evening, everyone. Evening, Anon. I'm going to do something with the YouTube feed real quick just to see if we can. And thank you for liking and sharing, by the way, everybody. I just sometimes reset the. Okay, it's still only showing 2 people there, but anyways.
You gotta have one for me, friend. I can't get away for that right now, but I am having a nice vodka iced coffee.
Okay, more fun. That's a more
and
fun
I'm
with
burping a ton tonight too, which Mike is okay with.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Well, yeah, I had my pizza and root beer earlier, and like I said, I mean, drinking root beer, have to burp.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff will start to work your system after a while.
Slurricane and Funyuns. Is that the flavors? Like what you're packing? What's Slurricane? Is that like a fruity type of is that like a cushy, like fruity, like peppy type thing? I still want to try the Funyuns one.
At least the saving grace for these last two stories is they're both in one book, so it won't be like
okay, cool.
it won't be jumping around because they're it's it's the radio squad one, which is only 2 pages, and then Dr. Occult. So
Hey,
it's more fun.
Throw some jokes in. I've got you listed. It's just you and Woody so far, and of course, Woody came out early, but he's not banging him. So there's a chance for you to get the trophy, my man. That's all I'm saying.
So okay, More Fun Comics, number 24, September of 1937. Look at that haircut. Look, ours turned around. Haircut, 10 cents. Look at
that. Does not look like a good haircut.
Well, that's what happens when you let your best friends when you're a kid and you let your best friends sit there and cut your hair for you when you're kids. Letter to the editor, send her. And of course, again, we're gonna just see this.
I wonder if Slurricane's what I'm having, because my guy said he's like, I think it's blueberry. We both detected like a cushy berry itness when on clean glass, but he's like, the guy didn't even tell me what it was called. I do like the fruity taste and clean glass.
Oh, this scan's pretty good. Here we go. Here's Radio Squad by Jerome Siegel and Joe Shuster.
All right.
So Harry, what are you doing? That's Sandy right there. So let me see. Harry, what are you doing here at headquarters and in uniform? Hello, Sandy. It's those doggone brothers of mine. Just because all male members of our family have been cops for generations, they made me join. It's kind of a comical story. This is going to be a comical story, by the way.
Did you see the stamp? Real quick, go back up.
Yeah, I saw this. You're talking about Charles S. Power, toner, 523.
I think that's a kid. Like he's a 12-year-old kid that got some stamp when way back when, and he felt like he was such a man for having that stamp that he like stamped his comic books, or was that someone who bought it years later? And I don't know. That's how my mind works.
Yeah. Anyway, but I thought you wanted to become a radio celebrity. So did I. So I did. I've taken dozens of correspondence courses on announcing, singing, and dramatics. Well, it looks like I'll turn out to be just another cop. Next day, while Sandy rides his patrol, that voice, it sounds deuced familiar. It ought to. It belongs to Harry Owens. Didn't you know he was placed on the police radio announcing staff? Calling car C3. Phone your precinct.
Mike, I think what they're saying is like the dispatcher's got some kind of radio voice. They're like, don't you know who that is? So it's probably like, calling car C3. Phone the radio. I don't know. That's my guess. I could be wrong.
That night, gosh, but things are dull at this hour. But this is my chance to practice the course's homework while there are no police calls to be made. Watch what happens here.
Oh, it's Harry. Okay. So, and he left the microphone on, did he?
Unknown to Harry, he has left the microphone turned on.
Oh, boy.
Every word he speaks is picked up by the vigilant radio ear.
This won't be good.
Good evening, friends. You are about to hear the golden voice of Harry Owens. Ba 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 boo. What the? What's the meaning of this? Has your announcer gone mad? I don't know, Commissioner, but I'll soon find out. You're just too marvelous for words. Don't shout! Put down that gun! Don't kill me! I swear I didn't squeal! Yeah! Owens, you're fired! Owen, you're hired! Oh, and look at the effect there. Look at Harry's head right there.
Yep. It's on a swivel. He's looking at both the guys at the same time.
Right. And who are you? Gerald Howe, president of the Continental Broadcasting System. I heard your shortwave broadcast, young fellow. You're a sensation. Sign this contract quick. There have been many phony tales on how that new radio marvel, Harry Owens, made the grade. But you and I know the real inside story. Don't we, Batgoat?
Yep. Yeah. He was.
See, that was a quickie. And that was more of a that's kind of more of a comedic one.
That was a good one. Yeah, he was laying down those dulcet tones, and the radio guy heard him, and so he got fired from being a cop and hired to being a rich radio guy. Good for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now we're just going to get to the Dr.
Ivanhoe.
Ivanhoe. Yeah, and that was common too, and back then too. Sometimes some of the comics would interject real world, or not real, but
old, like the old classics. Ivanhoe was an old classic, but I forget who wrote it. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know in another story they had Marco Polo too, and I think even Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah.
And of course, they also integrated. They also integrated at one point Robin Hood into the DC universe as well.
Okay. Ow.
O'Neill. And of course, you see by this time a lot of the major features were being done in color. Still had some features in black and white, but for the most part, all the features are now in color. You notice that, Batgoat?
As far as the coloring, you're saying?
Yeah.
That they had. They had been color and now we're going into black and white, or the opposite? No. You're saying we're getting more.
Okay. A lot of the features originally started out as black and white features.
Yes.
Okay. Now you're starting to see more and more of them become color.
Yeah. And I think, like you and I kind of mentioned it, I think as time's going by, like their tech, as far as like printing and stuff, it seems like they were getting the colors down by going with simple patterns. Like some of the cowboy ones would go with those brighter reds and yellows to give you like the desert feel. Like they just, I think their coloring got better as we started going here. It'd be my guess.
Yeah, we just passed over Woozy Watch, one of Alger's Russell Cole's stories.
Yeah, I know, I like Alger. He's funny.
Well, there's one feature he has in here that I know you probably won't find funny. It's Sam the Porter, because Sam the Porter is a minstrel.
Yeah.
Strip.
Yeah.
You kind of know who I'm talking about, right? I think
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. Here's Dr. Occult.
Doc Ock.
The ghost. Oh, go ahead.
I just said Doc Ock, even though I know that's not him. I'm just.
Dr. Occult, the ghost detective. Now, I don't know why this was, but for this feature, Siegel and Shuster would go by the pen names Leaguer and Ruths. I don't know why, but this is you know.
Wow. Okay.
This is a third murder victim we found with the initials HD on his forehead.
Hard drive.
Very interesting. But why call me into the case? As you know, Captain, I specialize only in the supernatural.
And also, as you know, Chief, I look amazingly like Superman, like Slam Bradley, and or Dick Tracy. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike.
No problem. Victim number 1 died of stab wounds while aloft and alone in his airplane. Victim number 2, the autopsy revealed, died of drowning, though he was found at his office desk. And this last victim died of a heart attack, though his heart was in perfect condition. Nothing spooky about this case, eh? Well, I've never seen any to reek as strongly of the supernatural. On second thought, I believe you are right. Have you any clues? The three who died were judges at a recent art exhibit. If you will come into the next room, I'll introduce you to the last surviving member of the judges. Do the initials HD mean anything to you?
Hard drive.
Well, you'll see.
Okay. Oh no! We've had a potato emergency. I think we're okay though.
Okay.
I've
told you 1,000 times no. Why do you insist on questioning me? Captain Gold is only trying to protect you from the fate your friends met with. Did it ever occur to you that whoever killed the other judges would next turn to you? Kill me? Why? That's absurd. It's my throat. What's wrong? What's wrong? Answer me. Help! I'm being strangled.
You're not being strangled, you fat old bald wimp.
Oh, wait till you see what happens here. It's a wolf! Stop it! It's tearing at my throat.
Oh.
Hold him! He's insane.
I've got it figured out.
What do you think, Batgoat?
Oh, hang on.
You said you think you have it figured out?
Say that again. These headphones are so crappy. They're actually like they're positional. They cut out sometimes. I have to turn the thing. So what did you, or?
Okay, you said that you think you figured out what it was. So why don't you tell me what you think happened?
LSD. Someone spiked their drinks with acid, and they had a bad trip, and they died of fright.
Well, we'll see.
I think acid is pre-World War II. There was whoever invented it was like a German scientist, not Einstein, and he was doing.
We'll see. I'm not going to spoil it for you because I've looked at the
I say acid
before. So
Anon and Woody, throw your guesses in now while you have time. Mike's going to continue to read.
He's dropped unconscious. No, he's dead. Look at his throat. Oh, I should have scanned out a little. As though grappling with an invisible foe, the judge crashes madly about the room, beating at the empty air, shrieking for help. Torn open as though by fangs, and on his forehead the initials HD. Later, well, Well, I had the newspapers name you as a sole surviving judge occult, but what's the idea? The idea is that I serve as human bait to make the murderer strike again. That evening, a cordon of police formed a protective circle about occult's home. But despite their vigilance, a dark figure breaks through their lines. There he goes! No, that's not him. He got away. Colt, are you all right? Yes, but I was knocked unconscious from behind by the strangest burglar I've ever encountered. He stole no money, only my photograph. You fellows had better leave. Um, I guess all excitement is over for the night. But after the others leave, a cult examines the names of artists who had been exhibited at the gallery and discovers here's an artist named Henri Duval, HD. I wonder. Now, a little side note here. Siegel and Schuster had another character named Henri Duval that had his own strip more at the beginning of more fun. I think during the new fun and more early more fun stages.
Okay.
That Henri Duval was based around was around the time of the Revolutionary War, though.
Okay.
Speeding to Duval's residence, a cult is surprised by the artist. Henri Duval, I presume? Right.
Freaking.
Open that door and get in. Open that door and get in. Open that door and get in. I'm trying to do a French accent.
I can do the French if you want.
A cult bound helplessly to a chair in the artist studio listens to Duval scarcely believing his senses. Now take a look at the panel there, Batgoat.
Mm-hmm.
Think back to earlier in the story.
Yeah, he's painted everything. The drowning.
Okay, so let's continue on here.
Yeah. He's painted all the stuff. Okay.
Look at those portraits. Look well. Note that each represents an art critic who died after he had slaughtered my work by labeling it mediocre. Does it begin to penetrate your puny mind that they died because I willed it so? That each movement of my brush was a death stroke? You're mad. What you say is impossible.
You know how I joke around with saying like what did I say? I said this is the beginning of 21 Jump Street and stuff. This, as far as the similarities between this and Death Note, is striking. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, and you know something? Well, okay, Death Note is just the idea of writing a person's name down. This guy painted portraits, and this particular theme, the idea of murdering people by painting their pictures, it's been used a few times throughout history.
Sure. Yeah. Written about that.
I do.
But
I can't remember where else I've seen it.
Instead of Death Note. The similarities there are amazing.
Yeah, but this theme I've seen it before too. So
okay, yeah.
Impossible. I'll show you. Observe this portrait. Note that it resembles you. See how the flames leap hungrily up to consume you? You sweat as the flames approach. But did you not say it was impossible? Get that man! You'll not get me alive. Well, I'll be blowed. I'll be blowed. He drew a dagger on his own portrait, then dropped dead. But how could a guy commit suicide that way? Whatever way he did it, he's dead. And good riddance it is, I say. I had my men trail you against your orders. You don't mind, do you? Don't mind. If it hadn't been for your zeal, I'd have been found burned browner than a steak. So there we go.
Yeah, that's I tell you, I see Death Note.
I know we're probably pretty close to the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, Mike, what comic was that? That was
More Fun Comics issue number 24.
And who was that again? Like which star was that? Was that G-Men?
This feature that I just read?
Yeah.
Dr. Occult.
That was Dr. Occult. I'm sorry. I knew that. Okay. I want to making a note for myself about the similarity between that and Death Note. It blows me away.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I guess Anon had some comments here. Let's look at what Anon had to say.
Yeah, he was kind of keeping up with us as we were chatting.
Okay, so let's just go through these real quick. I got a Blowski packed. Let's see. Evening. I have Slurricane and Funyuns. Amazing. Okay, that was all stuff you had read off earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I don't even know how to describe. Okay. It could be. Anon was asking. It could be. I guess in regards to what you were saying about the acid idea.
Yeah.
But I knew you were wrong because I'd read the synopsis before, so I knew what was coming. But you didn't, so that's why I didn't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, cool. I appreciate that.
There's too many strains nowadays. As he's talking about his blunts again.
Now here's where now you're going to read these, and he's throwing out guesses as to what was happening. Remember, I said acid, and so he starts throwing out his guesses coming up here.
Okay, I don't even know. Let's see. Schizophrenic.
Good guess.
Mind control gun.
That's hilarious.
You have to remember too, and
you got a point for that.
Yeah, and I know that Anon wasn't here earlier when we went through like the powers and abilities and all that, kind of the character intros. You were though, Batgoat, and you knew that this was a supernatural story. He's a ghost detective, so hypnosis, which is one of Dr. Occult's powers, as we discovered earlier. I give up. True. Let's see. I never got into Death Note, but yeah. Is Ricada not streaming? I don't know. I haven't actually seen any notification from me. I would think by now, maybe he's not. Maybe he's taking Friday off or something.
He was streaming earlier today. I saw.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The last couple of days, he actually streamed during the day.
he's probably not streaming tonight because he was streaming earlier in the day today. That'd be my guess. And
yeah. So anyway, that's of course, we'll just, kind of scroll down here real quick, just show you guys the rest of this. But Yeah. So I'm back. You know, the intros is what, but we still made it through the stories. We still made it
Yes.
through the 4 stories. I figured we still would. And we'll probably still make make through most stories. It's just sometimes the intros we have to do too to just give people an idea of some stuff to look for. Is
Yeah.
Alger's variety show from Alger again? Your favorite guy?
Yeah. Hey, that's
Is it
cool. Hey,
poo-poos?
not, but you got it explained to you now, so like you know what it is. He was
So yeah, so basically the idea was Henri Duval committed the murders by being able to
paint
somehow
picture.
psychically make his paintings a reality.
Very
So
cool. Very cool.
okay, so as I said, we might go over just a little bit here, but
Yeah. Can I share photos real quick before you get
history.
into
Yeah,
niche? Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So
Sure.
let's do this one.
Once you have those set up, I'll bring them up on the share screen.
How do I do this again?
Actually, I'll be right back. I got to
Okay.
go take care of something real quick. So I'll be right back. So while you're doing that, I'm going to be on.
So Woody, are you still here, my man? Woody, give me the high sign. Give me a shout out if Okay, I've shared one pic. It just as soon as he comes back. Okay, Woody, this is your participation trophy. I made a trophy for Woody because he was here the whole time. So I asked him if he wanted vroom vroom stickers or yummy fast food. He chose fast food. So there's your participation trophy. Yay, Woody! I know I'm a dork. So I've got as soon as Mike comes back, I've got a picture. And I'm not paying attention to the news about what's going on. Just my son is safe. He's just working his regular shifts, and they don't have him doing riot stuff. So I'm happy about that. The first picture that when Mike comes back that he will share will be. Remember, I told you guys about me being in the Tug comic, the first one, the littlest umbrella. So I'll share those pictures when he comes back. Earlier on, he was reading something, and I wrote this down, and it's dumb. There's no reason for it. Woody, I don't know if you remember. Was it Doc Ock? No, it was Slam. Someone was hiding in the shrubbery, so I wrote down shrubbery. And go ahead, Mike.
Well, what were you just saying? Because you said I was reading something or something to that effect.
So I just wanted to say, I am Roger the Shrubber. I design, arrange, and sell shrubberies. Okay, so here's the Littlest Umbrella comic. And
well, go back to your first one for a moment. Go back to the first one you did.
Okay.
Just okay. I was trying to see if I could make it bigger for you, but
no, that's okay. I mean, I think everyone can see it, right? I cropped it wrong, but that's okay.
All right.
Okay, now this would be the actual story. So, right?
The Littlest Dino.
Yeah, this one's by Peter Gilmore. He wrote and drew the pictures for it. So it's like a backup story because Kyung Lee did the main inking. So there. Okay, so this is. Do you see my cursor on the screen or not?
Yeah, I can see your cursor. I
Okay.
have, I think, at times. But
Well,
yeah, it looks
Did
like
you-
it's up in the upper left-hand corner.
okay. Can you see the Batgoat there
Oh, yeah.
sitting at the
Somewhat.
table?
Yeah.
So, okay. You see the table they're sitting at? So this
Yeah,
dinosaur went walking.
I see the table they're sitting at. I see what looks like a triceratops in the left-hand corner. I
That's
see
not a
what I think.
triceratops. That's a goat with goat horns. He's got like a Robin Hood mask on, and he's got a pair of bat wings. That is your bat goat. The guy next to him is Red Ring of Death, who used to hang out in Tug Streams. He doesn't anymore. And then all the way to the right, it's really hard to see, but that's Llama Gigante, which he didn't even draw his head because like he's a very tall llama is the joke. So, and then the last one.
Well, what I'm talking about is to the far left there. It looks like there's what looks like a triceratops right there.
How about now? Can you see? Now I'm all the way at the left. That's the bat goat all the way at the left.
Oh, back up. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, I see the bat. Yeah, I see the goat with the bat wings.
Yeah, and the horns. And so that's Peter Gilmore.
That's kind of a hell of a position to be right up against somebody's rear end there.
That is definitely a bat goat. There's no doubt about it. Everyone knows who it is. Everyone knows what it's supposed to mean. So I have said this. I'm like, if I ever get more than 100 subs or something, or whatever, then that Peter Gilmore drew it first. I think it's copyrighted, so that's going to have to be the bat goat. So I want you guys to know that that's what bat goat looks like. Thanks to Peter Gilmore. So let me. So we can unshare that then, I guess. Or yeah, you can click off that now if you want.
Okay, you've shown everything that you wanted to show there?
I believe so.
All right.
Yeah. Gilmore is a beast. I really do like Peter Gilmore. I haven't seen him on chats for a long time, but he was fun to interact with.
And now let's hope I don't kick you out as I kick out this particular picture here.
Yeah, because I still have a picture of the Lulz trophy instead of, like I said.
Oh, okay. I guess that. I'm sorry, Batgoat. Can you come back in? Oh boy, Batgoat. I'm sorry about that. I did it again. Sorry. I guess for that you got to actually take it out. I guess, but. I didn't do it. I didn't kick you out on purpose. I was trying to get that photo out. I'm just sorry about that. Sorry about that.
That's impressive. You're batting 1,000. You kicked me out twice. Kick Batgoat is the new. That's the saying for tonight's show.
Oh boy,
Batgoat show.
I did not intend to kick you out of the studio. I
was laughing when it happened.
Oh boy, gotta take a phone call. I'll be right back. I just wish that everybody had been able to be here live tonight because I really think it was a pretty good night we had.
It was. It was a fun show. We had a good time.
Anyway, so we've done oh wait, did you want to show anything else? You want to try to show any other pictures or anything like
Anon said he was taking off, but you know what? I'll just do real quick. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and
do the history first.
No, just okay, there it is. If you want to share that real quick.
All right. So
wait,
there's the Lulz. What?
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. There it is. Woody, my man, you have won the Lulz trophy. So that's 2 for Woody and 3 for toys. If anyone's keeping track at home, congratulations, Woody, on winning the Lulz trophy.
Yeah, that looks like a. Oh, you even kind of mocked yourself there with the whole
copy.
Still.
You like that?
Yeah.
And then, if you want to see, There's the drunken garden gnome. That's like the top view. Can you see him?
Yeah, I can see him.
I glued wine bottles to him and stuff. So. Okay, yeah, that's
all right. So, and I'm not even I'm not even going to try to bounce that out. I think you have to take that out yourself because you're the one who shared it.
I do. So how do I do that? Stop screen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Stop share. Okay.
That'll make things easier. I will remember to do that in the future. So you don't kick me out anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think because you're the one who shared it, I think you're the one who has to get rid of it.
I just saw that now. Yep. So I know how to do it. That's cool. Congratulations, Woody.
Low scoring night, but I'll take it. Yeah, well, there weren't that many people here tonight, too. So,
yeah, it was a
anyways,
cozy little night.
Yeah, so Batgoat, if you'll stick around for a few minutes afterwards, so
no problem.
Post game, as it were. So let me just review here. Remind myself of what's what. 1941, 2001, 1981. And 2011. Okay, so it looks like we're good to go here. Okay, so today is Friday, April the 16th, 2021. So let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history.
History.
Oh, actually, before I do this, there is one more thing. There is one more thing I want to say real quick. This is something I was thinking about yesterday. And I'll probably will repeat this next week when we have more people with us. As you guys know, I did this on my own with the DC comics a while back, and that's how I came, kind of went through a bit of history, history stuff on my own. And sometimes when you're doing it on your own, sometimes it's very easy to get tired, and you stop, and then you don't get back to it. When you're doing a project like this, it is more fun when you're doing it with other people, because to see their reactions to learning everything, learning the history and stuff like that. It's been fun thus far, and I hope you guys have all been having fun with me, and I hope you guys will continue to come along for the ride with me as we look at the histories of these various continuity histories and all that of all the.
For sure. Absolutely.
I hope you guys will continue to enjoy the ride and continue to learn. So I just wanted to put that out there. I was thinking about that yesterday. I wanted to say that, and I'll probably say it again next week when we have more people in here. So thank you guys for being here. And now we'll get into this day in each history. And I wanted to make sure I got that said. So anyway, today being Friday, April 16th, 2021. Let's take a look back at this day in each history. You okay there, Batgoat? We'll wait for Batgoat here.
So, anyways, I'm sorry about that. I can't do the headphone thing, guys. I'm sorry. It's just going to be the potato mic.
All right. Well, so anyways, as I was saying, let's get to this. Today being Friday, April 16, 2021. Let's take a look back at this day in each history. Oh, wait. Oops. I think I just goofed there. Yes, I did goof. Let me try this again. Okay. Now, that's what happens when your head's all over the place.
I tend to do that a lot.
All right. So anyways, our first stop is going to be going back 80 years ago today. On this date, back in 1941, the 15th issue of Weird Comics from Fox Publications Incorporated went on sale on this date. It was, of course, 10 cents, and it was 64 pages. Fox Publications was actually the first home of the Blue Beetle before DC picked him up. So on this date back in 1941, the 15th issue of Weird Comics from Fox Publications. Let's see, the line down at the bottom there says, "The Dart and Ace, the Eagle, and Dr. Mortal." So I guess those were some of the other heroes that were known at the time. The Dart and the
Never
Ace.
heard of any of them.
Well, Fox Publications was not one of the bigger companies.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take a quick peek just so let's see. So Fox Publication began in 1939 and ran until 1951. So they went under the names Fox Publications Incorporated, Fox Features Incorporated, and Bruins Publications Incorporated. At one point, they had the Blue Beetle title as part of their lineup.
Never heard of him either.
You haven't heard of the Blue Beetle?
No.
The Blue Beetle he's now a DC character. Oh.
Never once have heard of him.
Okay, yeah.
Not even once.
You'll learn more about it as we go along.
Okay. What I'm saying is, because you know where my knowledge is at, so that means normies don't know who he is.
Yeah. Well, I think most people, if they hear Blue Beetle today, a lot of comic fans would think of the Jaime Reyes version of modern times.
Absolutely. What I'm saying is normies, meaning like normies understand what Superman is, and they don't have to be comic book fans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, on to the next piece of niche news, which is, well, somewhat of a sadder note, but not so much. So, going back to 1981, which was 40 years ago today, on this date, Bernice Hansen, who was a voice actress with Warner Brothers, she passed away at the age of 83. So,
good Lord.
Yeah. Bernice Edna Hansel, known as Bernice Hansen, was an American voice actress who was best known for providing the voice for female and young characters in the mid to late 1930s for various cartoon studios, most notably Warner Brothers cartoons, where she played Little Kitty in I Haven't Got a Hat, 1935. Because a lack of on-screen voice credits on cartoons throughout the 1930s, identifying many actors has been a challenge to historians, resulting in incorrect guesses, especially with many female voices portraying young animals that sound very similar. She has, for example, been incorrectly identified as providing the voice of Sniffles. Now, she was active apparently from 1932 to 1941. A little more info on her. Hansen found work as a stenographer and then as a dressmaker on Warner Brothers lot. She managed to find work cartoons at Walt Disney Studios and provided squeaks for Mickey Mouse. That same year, she found work in Leon Schlesinger Productions and Walter Lantz Productions. Walter Lantz, it's like Woody Woodpecker, Andy Panda. She for a time voiced Andy Panda, and she even voiced Petunia Pig for like a couple of years, 1937, for Warner Brothers as well. Her animation career ended in the early 1940s. By this point, the small, cutesy style characters had been popular in the 1930s, in which Hansen had specialized, were falling out of fashion. Sarah Berner, who had a reputation as a more dynamic performer and skilled impersonator, succeeded Hansen as Warner Brothers' primary female vocalist for much of the 1940s.
Here's my problem with Wiki. It's crap. The co-founder of it was on Tim Pool like yesterday, and he was like, "I'm suing them. They suck. It's political agenda." And just because you're letting regular people write these things, okay, that same year, which year? Tell me which year. In the Great Depression of the 1930s, during the 1920s. Do you want to give me a year? They didn't give me a year. So someone thinks that we should obviously know exactly what year they're talking about, even though they didn't write it down in the damn paragraph. Again, I just wiki is, to me, a lot of times can be very substandard.
I was wondering where you were going with it, because in terms of I was just looking at now. In fact, I kind of skipped to the part that was dealing mostly with her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the first part of the paragraph starts out talking about like her father and what her father and mother did.
If it were to say in 1937 she famously gave squeaks to Mickey Mouse, I'd be like, hey, great. But later that same year, you gave me a decade before there, Professor. So.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. So
yeah, it's just poor writing. Poor writing once again.
Yeah. Well, I was just reading it because I had obviously read a little bit of it earlier.
I know it does help for a generalized history type thing, but it's wiki is really problematic overall.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people are very critical, partly due to what, as you were talking about, the agenda pushing side of it.
And there's no way to prove what is averred as fact on Wikipedia either. When you get some high school or college professors on there arguing with each other, and I've done a big thing on this, Mike, and they cite two different sources that are fighting with each other. So you have two opinions on Wiki. It's not good, in my opinion, especially as an amateur historian.
I guess we're saying something about the Blue Beetle thing. I think I have seen him thrown in on the newer kids Teen Titan shows, maybe. Well, I know he was in Young Justice. He was in the Young Justice cartoon.
Okay. And I've never seen that, but I've heard of it.
And he's also been what Anon is referring to is what I was telling you, the Jaime Rivera version. There have been like a few versions. Dan Garrett, there was Ted Corden, and there was like Jaime Rivera. So, or Jaime Reyes actually. Wikifacts, yeah. So anyway, so that's that. Moving on to the next piece of niche. And yes, I know we've gone over the 2-hour mark, but I said we will probably do that tonight.
None of us here care. Nick's not streaming.
Yeah. So now we go back 20 years ago today. On this date in 2001, WWF at the time, which is now, of course, WWE, held its Monday Night Raw event from the Boeing Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee. What's so funny?
Woody already won the trophy, but he had to throw an extra joke in there. It was good.
I was gonna guess the Blue Beetle was George Harrison. Oh, I guess to the Beatles. Oh yeah, kind of the connection to the Beatles band.
Yeah.
Anyways, on this date in 2001, 20 years ago today, from the Boeing Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee, the WWF held its Monday Night Raw event. This is, of course, about 3 weeks after they had just bought up WCW. On this card, in the main event, saw Triple H defeat Jeff Hardy for the WWF Intercontinental Championship. In the opening match of the night, Christian and Edge had retained the WWF Tag Team Championship over the Holly Cousins, Crash and Hardcore. Also, Kane had retained the Hardcore Championship over Steven Richards. Bubba Ray had defeated Justin Credible in a singles match. Chris Jericho had defeated Kurt Angle via DQ. Chris Benoit defeated William Regal. And then the Radicals, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Terry Chatham with Terry Reynolds in their corner, had lost to Billy Gunn, Raven, and Test. And then Big Show defeated Kai and Tai in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Kai and Tai was a Japanese tag team back in 2001. So on this date in 2001, WWE had its Monday Night Raw event from the Boeing Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee. And one last piece of niche history for tonight in the realm of anime.
Pretty intense, over. Yeah, it's tubular to the max, over. Anyone? There's only 4 of us here, but can anyone name that movie? And since you can't, I'll tell you, it's 16 Candles. That would be John Cusack. And,
Molly Ringwald.
yeah, John Cusack and the other nerd guy and Anthony Michael Hall. They were on little headsets during the prom. All
right. So anyways, so on this date in 2011, 10 years ago today, the anime Shin-El Animation's Crayon Shin-Chan fierceness that invites storm the Shin-El animation movie Crayon Shin-Chan fierceness that invites storm Operation Golden Spy premiered on this date back in 2011, 10 years ago today. So the anime film Crayon Shin-Chan fierceness that invites storm Operation Golden Spy from Shin-El Animation premiered on this date back in 2011. All right, guys. Well, I know we ran a little over tonight, but I think we still had a good old time tonight.
And Anon, I would highly suggest, if you can, if you got a streaming service, to try to watch 16 Candles. If not, if you need to, I'll send you a DVD copy of it. It's such a brilliant movie. I was alive during the 80s, as you know. I know you're younger. And I just want to say that 16 Candles, it was comical, it was farcical, and it wasn't exactly how things went down, but it has its finger on the pulse of what it was like to be a kid in the 80s. So I highly suggest that movie.
All right. And Batgoat, if you'll join me for post wrap up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here tonight. Hopefully we can get the likes and shares up to see if we can get some more people in here. I hope you guys had fun. And I will, let's see. I watched Stand By Me instead of 16 Candles, but yeah, I reckon I'll check it out. All right. So anyways, guys, thank you again for being here. And I will see you on Monday. Bye.